Forgot to turn on the microphone. So, as the title suggests, I'm going to be running a small, let's call it an experiment, just to see how this goes. I want to run a tiny experiment. I think I've done this before, but I want to try it again just to see if a different outcome occurs due to the now recent developments of my channels and community and the like. I'm curious to see something, because I see that when I do art streams, it gets pretty quiet around here. So I'm curious, what happens if I literally just embrace that aesthetic? What if I literally just say, all right, quiet it be, and just totally focus on my work? Usually I'm divisive where it comes to my work, where I'm focusing on the art piece and also trying to keep up with chat, and that usually keeps my mind divided, and I tend to not do too much on either. I get a little bit done on both. Miss a lot with chat, and I don't get into a solid flow, and usually when I do get into a flow, it is causing me to miss chat. So what if I just focus on the art entirely? Just do that. Like, I think that's what I'm gonna try today. I'm going to just let y'all do what you do in chat. I'll check on it occasionally and I'll respond here and there, but I think right now what I'm gonna do is just focus on working. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna focus on working, and that's it. I'll have that just be the main thing, because I just want to see what happens, really. Could be good, could be bad, I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's one of those things where you're just like, what would happen if I did this? Now, I actually have gotten some decent progress. Well, I say decent. I've gotten a bit of progress on this commission I'm working on right now, and I just need to refine some general elements, but I'm going to start with one that's still in the works because I have a couple that are a little further along. This one I'm going to move to isn't as far along, so it will take me a bit, but it should be interesting to see how this goes. So with that, we're going to change channels. I'm going to pull up a podcast, but first, because I'm listening to the music that's currently at hand and I'm not really caring for it, let me see. It's got to be looking for just something simple. How about this? Will this work? If it plays. Okay. I'll have this going on. Now, I'm not going to be able to hear this, so I'll need to keep the timer and whatnot up on the side. Let's see. Okay. With that, I'm gonna just switch over to, well, first let me check something. Yeah, that's still doing its thing. I'm gonna just switch over to here, and it's not running. One sec. There we go. I'm gonna just switch here and just go. I'm just gonna go. I won't actually need this, Might still need that, but I won't need this. So let me pull up some references. Some references that I was using before. I'm gonna try a little something. Big. Startled me there. Hi, Blossom. Ow. Hi, Draco. Okay, so I'm gonna probably need to reiterate this for the new raiders. Thank you for the raid, Blossom. And I have to do a thing really quick. Take me just a second. All right. Thanks, raiders. Man, I got totally thrown out there for a minute. Okay. Thanks for the raid, Blossom, and raiders, welcome in. Doing a little bit of an experiment today. I am just totally focusing on art. So I'm probably not going to be the most responsive with chat. I'll probably see things here and there and might respond very briefly, but I am totally and completely focusing on working as opposed to, I guess, streaming. And that's the thing I'm doing today. Okay? So if we all know that, we're all gonna just proceed. Must have total concentration. Effectively, yes. So I'm gonna get back to that. Feel free to talk. Feel free to talk amongst one another in the chat. It's basically an open chat. Be polite, of course. That is fair. I'll behave then for now. Thank you, Draco. Because the last thing I need is another Panzer. And I don't think you... I'm gonna do something stupid right now. I'm gonna say something stupid. But I'm not saying this to provoke. Just to be clear, I'm not saying this to provoke. I am saying this because it is what is currently on my mind. Okay, Draco? We clear? We clear on this? I don't think you'll do anything because I am, and have just stated, I am focusing on work over streaming, and it is the 31st, not the 1st. So that means there should be no incentive to do anything. Okay then, back to it. Also, I will not blame anybody for departing because it's gonna be boring. Yes, as long as there's no challenges. I'm not Blossom. I'm not going to be like, I'm not like Blossom. I'm pantomiming here. I'm pantomiming. I am mimicking Blossom. I am not saying this. Just putting it out there. Okay? This is meant to mimic Blossom's idiocy, not be an idiot. With that stated, I'm not going to be like Blossom and say, oh, Draco won't do this because they are a coward. Draco won't do this because they are out of money. Draco won't do this because they're freaking cowards and won't do anything at all because I'm perfectly safe and they won't do anything. Because I'm not that dumb. I'm not dumb enough to actually say that. In my context, in a literal way, that is not mimicry. Because she does that with Panzer all the time and it comes to bite her in the butt. Now then, back to work. I put the little ribbon center. I'm not sure. I don't think I want it in the... I'm gonna try changing the bow to something more like a bunch of ribbons instead. But before that, I think I'm going to... Hmm. How does this look? Okay. The ribbons and such. Hmm. No. It's too long. How's everyone doing? You might not get too many responses there, Draco. If I'm this quiet, I imagine most people are. Again, I encourage anybody to talk to each other in the chat while I, work. I'll still see it, I just won't probably respond as much. Try a different one. Hi, Error. I'm gonna assume you weren't here for the earlier explanation, so I'm going to repeat it. So, I am doing a thing, a little experiment. I am solely focusing on, I'm solely focusing on art right now. I am leaving chat to discuss amongst among one another. You are all, you're all free to speak to one another as you would normally, but I will not be the most responsive because I am wholly focusing on this more than I am focusing on streaming. Feel free to say things to me, but know that I will be more than likely super delayed in response, and you are just putting that out there. I am, as the title suggests, focusing on this, not on chat. I will not blame anybody for leaving. Aye, aye, Captain. All right. Hi, Gamma Fart. So anyways, how's everyone's day going? I'm at work on break. Well, good for you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think that'll do for that part. Is there it is. In this room, I'm gonna go turn my air conditioner on in a minute. I'll have to go and turn that back off after like 10 minutes. Hmm. Hmm. What to handle? Want to handle this? I have an idea. Ow.
Contrary-wise owl cheered. X10.
A message, just that, huh? Alright. Perfect, actually. Nah, that's a little too rough. I need to... More fun that way. Nothing funny I had to say anyways. Fair enough. Are you, Owl, are you also aware of the thing that I'm doing right now? Like, what the context is? Nope, no clue. Okay. As context, I'm not obstructing anybody from speaking. I'm encouraging it to talk amongst one another, but I am more so focused on working than I am on streaming. I'll still be looking at chat occasionally, but I'm gonna probably be very slow, and I probably won't respond to everything. In fact, I might only respond to some things. So it's just a bit of an experiment to just let myself go into the flow. Will not blame anybody for leaving because of that. Okay, let me take a look at some of the references that I might be a little too far back on my regular timeline. I have to pull up my main folder. It's my main folder. Where are the main references I had? How do I want to handle this? I want this to be... I'm gonna try something loose, something open. I want to add... Add something to this. Something to give its... Give this something... Make it pop. Oh, some classy music today. Nice. All right, Rip. Here is the rundown because I'm assuming you have not been informed yet. I am keeping a little bit up with chat, but my goal right now is to completely focus on art. So I am totally focused on this, not on chat, not on streaming or anything else. I'm focused on this. I am allowing myself to hyperfixate extremely. So I encourage people to talk amongst themselves if they wish to share and whatnot, you know, within the boundaries of the rules, and even talk to me, but be aware I am very slow to respond. So just keep that in mind as I am working. Since you're here, Rip, you tend to stick around for a while. Feel free to inform anybody else in chat that shows up that doesn't know that. So if they chat, feel free to like go ahead and share that Astral, that I am focusing really hard right now. I'm allowing the autism to take over. How about a pinned chat message? That's actually smart. Thank you, Contrary. I'll do that right now. Okay. I'll just... There we go. Nice pinned message to keep things nice and simple. Okay. 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 Hmm. 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 Okay. Let's just keep it simple and then put the details and whatnot for the patterns. Maybe just keeping the details for patterning, probably the choice. I'm gonna add more ribbons and strings. I think those would help really make it a bit more. The question is, where do I add more of said ribbons and strings? Right there. Somebody tell Blossom I've taken away her pockets. She doesn't deserve them. Somebody needs to tell her that. Someone needs to let her know. She has forfeited the right to having pockets. She does not deserve them. Blossom still here? It says she is, but I guess she's just lurking, so she probably doesn't hear anything. So brief interruption then. This is a PSA. Blossom is a big stinky. She does not feed her artists. She keeps us in the basement. Send help, please. I haven't had a decent meal in such a long time. Someone please send help. For joke purposes, I must announce this is in fact a bit. She's big. She is a small, stinky little rodent creature. She is like a goat, and much like a goat, while they appear to be adorable, they are in fact very stinky and mean. There we go. That's today's PSA. I have taken her pockets away. Also, just as I mentioned a moment ago, I have taken her pockets away. Thank you for the hydrate. Hmm. Uh, d- d- Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Oh! Ah, I haven't seen a bot in such a long time. It feels like it's been ages. I haven't seen one of these in a while. Everyone, hang on. We get to kill a bot today. And bang. Ah, man, that was awesome. I haven't killed a bot in so long. That feels great. Man, I must be like the worst guy when it comes to like if people send bots to annoy people, because I have to assume that they do that to annoy people to some degree. I must be the like least of fun for them to do, and that's why they don't send them to me so much anymore. It's like, this guy this guy doesn't get angry. He just laughs it off. I'm like, more, send me more. I want to kill more bots. I was gonna take a short break, but you know what? That livened me up. That gave me some energy. Thanks for lurking. Let me see what. Oh, that's a cute little boot. Let's do that. Let's give her a little boot. Let's give her a cute little boot. Let's give her some cute little boots. Actually, no. No. We want something airy, something light, something. Hmm. No Panzer tanks on the radar, sir. All clear for now. Hang on, I'm gonna fix that because I think it'll be funny. I'm gonna send Panzer a stupid message, and I'm gonna see if he does something. Listen, it'll be funny. It'll be really funny. And don't worry, it's not gonna be something crazy like what Blossom would do. I'm just gonna say something specific. He can't. He cannot donate. Mezzaltine, he cannot do that. He is not paid yet. There. So, what I have sent Panzer just now. Now, there's not a guarantee he's gonna show up to try and, like, you know, scare me or anything. But I sent him, Panzer, I am live right now, and felt the need to inform you that my stream is titled Warning. I'm just quietly working on art. And I'm just doing a very quiet art stream. So do not do anything, but feel free to pop in and quietly watch. Not that you can do anything yet. Still have to wait till tomorrow for that. Hey, Egged. Hello. Now let's see if this is going to be a successful rage bait. Let's see how this goes if we get a successful rage bait from Panzer today, because that'll be fun. This is what I'm doing right now. I am fishing for rage from Panzer. There he is. Bro, you can't just go tee hee, I'm having a quiet stream and not expect me to not show up. Well, Panzer, it took me directly messaging you for you to even know I was streaming. So what does that say about you, hmm? Man, I am saucy right now. Nah, I got the Twitch thing. I was eating food at the time. Well, now you're here. Hope you have a good time while you're here. I also just love the fact that I am steadily becoming the worst kind of streamer. I am the type of streamer that rage baits his audience because it's funny. Like, I just get a kick out of seeing some of you guys get angry at me and be like, I'm gonna freaking buy stuff for you. And then in Panzer fashion, I promptly forgot no object permanence. Ooh, that's a good idea for, I wonder if there's something, I wonder if I could implement something like that, like the idea of, oh, I just realized I can add a jingling keys toggle for the, okay, yeah, that's, hang on, I'm going to just quickly do a thing. Okay, so I have sent in my, funny enough, my chat with Panzer. I'm also gonna pin it for my own sake. To have a mental note to add a jingling keys toggle redeem for his model. It might be on it just because I have it like on pause right now doesn't mean I can't write down notes. It doesn't mean I can't write notes down for myself. Just means the 400 tomorrow is going to be so sweet because you won't do anything. Admittedly, I can't do anything yet. But much like how when you bait me into doing things, it doesn't mean that, doesn't mean I can't write down notes and make things workable. No, you'll forget, like I said. You've been saying that for a year and a half, I think, at this point. I ain't forgotten. That's not working. Maybe this style of shoe just isn't doing it. Guess what you did the next best thing and said you just pause it, aka I'm winning right now. Until I, you know, finish all of my commissions and then promptly work non-stop on your chip on the design of your main model, which, by the way, the design of your model is finished. Did I... Remember, we're in the coloring phase. By this point, it is effectively finished. So the design is all basically finished. We're at the 80% mark, which means the moment that the shading and ref sheet is done, you're getting a chibi model Mother, you're getting a chibi model, man. I was almost a little too toxic there. Okay, I need to find a good shoes reference to work with. I'm too used to drawing boots. I'm not used to drawing like small shoes. Nah, no chibi model. Be more toxic. It's funny. I'm trying to swear less, Panzer. Don't enable me. Cap. Hella cap. There is... You swearing less is like me not spending money. It just won't happen. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Unlike you, who is not working on spending less money. You're getting hit tomorrow, and this is not an April Fool's joke. I might actually stream tomorrow. I was considering it. I get to work. I get to go to work tomorrow, which is nice. I get to go to work tomorrow, and so that'll be nice. It'll be pretty quiet for me on work tomorrow. My job is very simple. Have I don't think I've told people what my current job is, though calling it a job is a little bit of an overstatement. It's more like a temp service than a job. Like, it's not like I'm not making enough money to even qualify for like certain aspects of just like general finances. Anyway, what was I saying? All right, my job is, I heard a little about it. So I work at I don't know what I can and can't say. So I'm just going to say I work at a center somewhere. I won't say what type or whatever. I deal with a lot of documents with a bunch of other people. And my job is basically to shred. My job is basically to shred outdated documents that have been put into the computer systems. Because we have physical documents that are needing to be moved over to digital, and we have a lot of leftover physical documents. So my job is basically to just remove all of the staples out of them, and then shred them or sort them into boxes. That's my job. I just sit, sort, and shred papers. That's really it. it's a pretty calming, it's a pretty calm job. I remember telling my pops about it. He goes, man, that sounds so boring. How can you, I don't know if I could do that. And I go, it's actually pretty easy for me. And how much an hour is this? I don't know. Because the way it works, I'm part of a program that's to help out, to help me out with stuff. So I'm part of a program, and part of that program is I don't get paid by the place that I work at. I get paid by the company that helped me get into the place that I'm working at. So the way it works is I am part of a I'm in a company that helps me because I have special needs. I'm autistic with ADHD and all that stuff. And then what they do is they go, okay, so we're gonna help you find jobs. We're gonna look around for places that fit your criteria because we helped you get through college. So we want to make sure you're finding a job. And I'm in a program that's supposed to let me gradually get used to being in the workforce. So I'm not working a full-time job. I work 2 days out of the week for 5 days. So I work 2 days for 5 hours. So it's 5-hour days, 2 days out of the week. That's what I work right now. And I don't work technically under the people I'm working at. I work for the company that helped me get the job. So I'm getting paid by that company, but that company is getting paid by the job site. So basically the way it works is the job site pays the company the hourly wage, and then that goes to, and then the company pays me the minimum wage amount that it would be normally. Pansy, you should attack Astral. Blossom, he cannot. He has to wait till tomorrow to do that. Also, Blossom, I have a thing to show you, but I'm going to finish what I was saying. So yeah, I don't know how much I'm getting paid because I haven't asked. Because my focus right now is really not on the amount I'm getting paid, but more so getting adjusted into the workforce, getting used to getting up, going to work, and working for a series of hours. Because when this period of time ends, because I have a limited amount of time left on this specific work thing, and when it's up, I will be filing for a full-time job at the place I'm currently at while I look for another job. So I will be going from 2 days out of the week to possibly a full 5 days out of the week, 8-hour job. So I'm assuming it's a minimum wage. For as long as you can crack a few jokes during your job, you'll survive. Trust me. Well, I'm in an office with 4 other people. One of them is a receptionist, and she is chatty. The receptionist is super chatty. I've learned very, very quickly that receptionists are very chatty individuals. Then chat with her. I do. Easy dub, just in one ear, not the other. I don't talk too much at my job though. I'm not much of a talkative sort. I talk occasionally. It's not like I'm not totally mute like for 5 hours. I do talk. I just like to work more than I like to talk. I'm having trouble with these shoes. It'll take me a while to get the shoes right. I've always struggled with shoes because I'm always so finicky about getting shoes right. I worked as a receptionist for like 3 years. Man, I see. That's why Blossom is so chatty. Wow. Anyway, Blossom, what do we, how do we feel on this so far? I've been doing a rework over on the outfit. Let me do a quick thing. before we go on. Ow. 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 Okay, get cookied. I really would love to get some cookies right now, but I don't have the luxury of getting cookies right now. Gonna finish this little thing up here and then tomorrow you will, trust homie. Well, if you're gonna torment me with kindness tomorrow, I ask very kindly that you wait until I stream. At least do that. I'm gonna do it at midnight, like at 12:01. Well, at least then that means that I will have a nice calm stream tomorrow with no crazy antics or troubles whatsoever. So do you want me to set up the Patriot in Phoenix system? I don't know what those are. I don't have any idea what that means at all. I know the funny missile and gun system. Y'all are weird. Okay, Blossom, how do we feel about the rough sketch on this design here? If Blossom is even still here. Okay, I think Blossom is gone. Okay. Let's see. I'll just bully Blossom if she doesn't answer. Easy. Oh, excellent, excellent. This is gonna be perfect. I need to fix my, not fix, but change my audio direction so that I can hear it. Okay. Well, we're gonna call stream for tonight. I actually got more done than I was expecting to get done. I actually managed to get focused, which is very nice. We'll stream a little bit more tomorrow if I can remember. I'm in ads, huh? Are you out of ads yet? There shouldn't be an ads thing. Twitch. Man, I just got out of ads. Man, I was so tempted right there to be like, Panzer, get her out of ads, but then he might actually do something. Because that would be so funny. I don't know why, but to me, for some reason, that has the same energy as like the heavy going medic cut off his balls. Has anyone seen that meme? I was ready with the 100. Please do not. I beg of you, do not do that. That's way too much. I said one per Panzer. I said get Blossom out of ads, not every single person watching the stream and then some. Anyway, Blossom, before we go off and raid somebody, how do we feel about this current rough design? I'm focusing on the outfit here more than anything else. How are we feeling on this? Because we've got this so far, and then we've got this underneath. The rough sketch doesn't have a lot of the color details and whatnot, so keep that in mind. This is meant to be very similar, like an alternative version to the previous one. And I am working on others. This one was just the one I was focusing on right now. I actually do have a few others that I can share. Let me pull this up. So we have this. It shows up. We've got this. I know it's a little rough to see the details like this on Twitch. We've got this one, which is the one you're more familiar with. Not a fan of the socks, but I've moved on to the stocking things. I'll be trying to do something different with each one so that I can find details that I do like that I can merge together with others. We've got this one, which is more minimal. Like this one's very fluffy, whereas this one's more minimal, very loose and like breathing. This one, the one on the right is basically nothing. This one's just like me going for more of like a sundress feel with sandals. It's rough. It's very, very rough. When it gets more complete, I'll feel more confident in like showing it off to you. Similarly, I'm trying another sundress kind of vibe with this one, but again, not the best go for. I think I'm gonna go for the sandals vibe though, because I do like the sandals look because it's breathable. I think the sundress vibe would be breathable, and I can add like an over shawl thing like what we got here on this one, and it would still fit well with the sundress. I'm just gonna experiment a little bit with some other variety and whatnot. I've got two sundress concepts we're working on. So we've got a sort of lighter one with more frills and whatnot, and this one's gonna be more clothy and breathable. I might put more ribbons and whatnot on this one specifically. So right now we've got this, which is kind of meant to just be an alternate more breathing version of this one. I think the hair and the glasses I won't change any. I think we got the hair pretty much spot on, minus the flowers. I do plan to put little flowers and whatnot in your hair. I just haven't done that yet because I expect to do that and have been taking that in consideration with a bunch of the other dresses and outfits and whatnot. So there's that. So there's some little notes for you. I have been working on your thing. It's just been slow going because yours is really specific, and I'm trying to, it's also something I don't usually draw and don't have a lot of good work with drawing, which is dresses. I am not very good with dresses, or more accurately, I'm not fluid with dresses. It takes me a bit to try and get them to look right. But anyway, that's gonna be all for today. We're gonna go raid Kaito. He's doing music, so I think he's doing a karaoke thing. So he's got something more exciting going on. So y'all go over there, Kaito. Have fun over at his place. He's being goofy. Definitely tell him happy birthday. Because it makes him angry when everybody says it's his birthday. He, it's funny. Bye, be ready for tomorrow, nerd. We'll see. Anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye.